Welcome to the Reality Check podcast with Jen and Joe, where we're here to keep it real. No filters, no nonsense, just us being our hilarious, unfiltered selves. Jen is your somewhat responsible friend, and Joe is here as your guide, giving questionable advice and helping you make bad decisions. We're the friends you never knew you needed, but you definitely can't get rid of. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's dive into the chaos better known as the Reality Check podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 11 of the Reality Check podcast. I am your host, Jen, with my reliable friend, Joe. And Joe, it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so long that we actually taped an episode 11 and we're not going to use it. We're just going to retape. And it's episode 11 after, I'm going to say like a 7-week hiatus. So it's been a long time. I mean, we've missed before we go through what we've missed a lot. I mean, we missed your birthday trip to Columbus. We missed Mother's Day. We missed Sacagawea Day. I mean, these are things that are important that you weren't even willing to be available for. We missed your 75 hard trials and tribulations. We missed the
We're going to talk
debut.
about that.
We missed the debut of our softball team. We've missed, I mean, this has been a chaotic 7 weeks after we taped an episode 11 that never got to air. So, episode 11, welcome back. Welcome back to Jen. Welcome back to myself. And I think it's weird. We're taping on a Sunday, which is not normal. So, that's cool. But we've missed a lot of really good national days. We've missed a lot of happenings in your life, in my life. We missed the celebrity basketball game. We missed the gala. We missed a lot of things that are talking points. So episode 11 is going to be filled with a lot of ketchup. And not the kind you put on French fries, but we're going to catch up. So with that being said, we're going to start with this weekend. How was your weekend?
Well, this weekend was busy, a lot of busy work. Um, a lot of running my kids to and fro and all around in between. But it was okay. How about you?
Nothing exciting. Security both Friday and Saturday night. Nothing exciting happened either night, so nothing to write home about. And today, just church and a trip out to Vidler's in East Aurora, which was a
Love
nice
it.
trip. Yeah, it's nice. 5 and 10 cent store with a lot of knick-knack, paddywhacks, give a dog a bone.
They still have the whole wall of cookie cutters?
Yeah.
Okay. You're never allowed to go there again without notifying me because, as you know, maybe you don't know. Do you know that I make like cookies?
I don't.
Well, yeah, I make those fancy royal icing cookies. And I have pretty much every cookie cutter known to man, but I will always buy more.
Hmm.
And so, anyway,
Very
that's
nice.
a great place to get cookie cutters.
Huh. Well, now I know, and knowing is half the battle. And I did see a lot of things to make sparkly pens and sparkly keychains and what else? Other things you make. So there's that. But yeah. So let's hop into national days that maybe we've missed and what's upcoming, and then we can kind of backtrack and go through some of what we've missed in general over the time. So I'm going to back up to May 11th, which would have been our last episode, to talk about Mother's Day. So did you have a nice Mother's Day?
I did have a nice Mother's Day. I chose my own Mother's Day gifts.
What did you get?
And, well, first things first, I got a new Michael Kors purse, uh, which I think it was 2 Mother's Days ago. My daughter got me a purse that is actually a little backpack, and it's been like so amazing because I'm usually carrying 25 bags at once. And so I decided I needed a black one. So I got that. And then I also got a new barbell in pink. And here is the best
Just
story.
just one?
A barbell. Yeah. Not a
Oh,
dumbbell, a barbell.
okay. And it's pink.
It's pink. And that's so exciting. But the funniest story about the pink barbell is so uh this past week I got a message from a neighbor, and she was like, "Hey, I was just wondering if by chance a package for me got delivered to your house." And I'm like, "I have no idea. I'm at work." And she's like, "Oh, okay, because your package got delivered for me." And I was like, "Oh, do you know what it is? Because I wasn't expecting the barbell for like another 4 days." And she's like, "It's a pink barbell." And I'm like, "Oh, you got my Mother's Day present. So exciting." I'm like, "Well, what were you expecting?" Wait for it. A dress. Now, imagine her surprise when she goes out for the dress she's been waiting for, and it's like a 40-pound box, and you open it up and it's a pink barbell.
It was probably excitement for her. She was probably like, "How is this gonna fit?"
Right,
Um,
exactly.
yeah. I'm glad you got the pink barbell from your neighbor.
They returned my pink barbell. They came and got their dress. I haven't opened it yet because, truth be told, I didn't know where it was because I couldn't find it because actually my son retrieved the package and then I couldn't find where he put it.
Hmm.
But now I
Well,
know where it is. So I'll look at it and make sure it's what I want.
my guess is it's probably the same place as the tools that you can't find, but that's just the thought. It's
No,
just the thought.
no.
Um, so another fun day we missed last week was National Dance Like a Chicken Day on May 14th. That would have been a great day to really experience some fun stuff. This week, we have three really good days this week, and I know we typically go a week ahead, but I had to identify these. Tuesday, which is a fun day for us because we take the softball field for game two, but it's National Be a Millionaire Day.
Oh,
Um, and the way you celebrate it is you imagine all the things you can do being a millionaire. But when I was reading about it, it says millionaires aren't the same as they were a long time ago. So you may want to be a National Billionaire Day because the National Millionaire Day doesn't really do the same as it used to do. Um, on
did you know
Thursdays,
that is a Bruno Mars song?
I want to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Yes,
So freaking bad.
my business partner sings that, but thank you. I'll just
You're
keep it that
welcome.
way. May 22nd is National Solitaire Day. So while you're at work on
Wait,
Thursday,
Bruno Mars is your business partner?
yes, if you heard him sing, you would think it was Bruno Mars. Yeah, absolutely. He was on American Idol season 9 and 10. Someday maybe
Bruno
we can
Mars.
have John Stills, but maybe someday
Who
we could have him on Jonathan Stills, my business partner for my DJ business.
was on American Idol?
Season 9 and season 10. Yes, top 100 season 9, top 50 season 10. Maybe we can have him as a guest sometime and we can talk about his experience on American Idol. The problem with getting him as a guest is he will never show up on time. He will forget how to log in. He's just, I
He
mean,
sounds just like me.
right. That's why having two people on the same podcast that struggle with reality, check, it's going to be tough. But I would love to have him on because it would be fun to learn about like his travel and his stories with like the behind the scenes stuff. Because a lot of people don't realize what really happens behind the scenes and what they do to you and those kind of things. It's crazy. So
Wait, can we definitely have him on? Because I have so many questions.
yeah, I'll chat with him. Yeah, I will chat with him.
Moving on.
Um, so May 22nd, Thursday, National Solitaire Day. So while you're at the office, play some solitaire. May 23rd, which is the Friday before Memorial Day, is National Road Trip Day. A lot of people go on vacation because it's a 4-day weekend. So it's a National Road Trip Day. And now next week, we have five, not too fun, but obviously Memorial Day, we celebrate those that lost our lives protecting our country. So thank you to those families that have loved ones who served our country and died for our country, for our freedom. We appreciate all of them. Um, Tuesday is National Grape Day. May 27th is National Grape Day. Grape popsicles, grapes, grape anything. I don't even like
Take the
grapes.
Dimetapp.
Yes, gross.
Oh, it's
Uh,
so.
it's gross.
I
May
used to
28th.
pretend I was sick when I was little, so my mom would give it to me because I loved it. It tasted so good.
May 28th is National Hamburger Day and National Flip Flop Day. So on Wednesday the 28th, get your hamburgers out and wear your flip flops. May 29th is National Paperclip Day. And then May 30th is National Water a Flower Day. So it's a pretty busy couple of weeks coming up. But let's go backwards now and talk about your birthday in Columbus and how your 75 hard went while you were in Columbus, and
Yeah.
what activities you did in the parking lot to keep active, and how are we doing on 75 hard now while we're here?
Yeah. Okay. So while I was in Columbus, um, that was pretty cool. And that was a safety convention. And fun fact, right in front of the convention center is this humongous statue of Arnold Schwarzenegger because he had some bodybuilder competition there. I used to know what it was because I was going to talk about it, but I can't remember. That was a while ago. Anyway, so that was really cool. It was really cool to see that. That was fun. And so all kinds of obviously safety talks and seminars and things like that. Um 19,000 steps a day just during the convention center visits. Um and then but I still had to do my workouts, so because you have two workouts a day, one being outside. So I created this little loop of hotel parking lot around the gas station in front, and then around and around and around and around for 45 minutes. One day, as I was walking, I had to walk past this like ditch to what?
I said I forgot this story.
Oh, yeah. So I had to walk past this ditch coming out of the parking lot to go on my loop, which was sort of still in the parking lot, but anyway. So I walk past this absurd pile of like clothes, maybe a blanket, and I thought, "Huh, that's weird." But whatever, it's like 5:45 in the morning. So I keep walking. And then as I'm walking, while I'm listening to my true crime podcasts as I'm walking, I turn around and look behind me at it, and I see it from a different angle, and it's like long, like a person, and there's like boots tossed over to the side. So I'm like, shit, I think that's a person. What do I do? So I did what anyone doing 75 hard would do. I kept walking.
I feel like that's not what anybody would do, but
Well, listen, I'm not
you
dead.
could have asked the person to join you.
I'm not dead, so I'm going to keep walking. And I texted one of the girls who was also on the trip, and I was like, "Listen, are you awake?" She says, "Yes, I'm awake." I'm like, "Listen, I think there's a body out here in the ditch." I mean, I just cut to the chase, you know? And so she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's horrifying. What should we do?" I'm like, "I don't know. What should I do?" And I said, "Listen, The next loop I take, I will try to take a picture and you can help me determine if it's a person. Because I'm still not sure it's a person, but there's boots. So I make another loop. I mean, it could be a trap. I'm not going near them. So I take a picture and I send it to her. She says, "Oh my goodness, I think it might be a person." But you can't see any body parts. So we're just gauging by the pile of textiles on the ground. So what do? I keep walking because I can't stop. So anyway, on my third lap around, at this point, we're talking about, okay, what do we do? Well, because I'm pretty sure this is a dead person. And like, I've never seen a dead person before. I'm like, oh my God, this is my first dead person. What do I do? Well, I don't even have to worry about it because as I approach on my third lap, guess what? We have movement. So it is a person and they're not dead. So guess what I did?
Kept walking.
Correct. I kept walking. So I finish my walk and then I say to myself, well, they're not dead, but what if they're not okay? I mean, they are in a ditch after all. So I go into the hotel and I go to the front desk. Now, it's the morning, the lobby is full of people buzzing around, getting their gross hotel breakfast and getting ready to leave for the day, all those things. So I try to be discreet. I walk up and I say, "Excuse me, ma'am. Hello, good morning. Yes, so just out here in the parking lot in the ditch, there's a person in the ditch. And I'm trying to talk quietly." And she was like, so then she realizes that she screams, so she immediately like lowers her voice and she's like, I said, "Well, they're alive because they moved, but I'm just, what if they're not okay or something?" So there's this young kid, maybe like 20 something. And I mean, his task for the day is to wash the coffee bar and keep it clean. He's doing a great job over there. Well, she calls his name. So he comes over obediently. She's like, "Listen, I need a favor. This woman here says that there is a person out there in the ditch." And the kid is like, "Jesus." So I say, "Oh, don't worry. They're alive. They moved." She's like, "Could you go out and make sure he's okay?" So he like tears down the hall. So I'm like, "Okay, well, thank you. Have a nice day. I got to go to my convention now." Because what am I going to do? So, well, we get in the car and we have to drive by the ditch to leave. So as we're approaching the ditch, here's the young kid, and he's like on the edge of the ditch, and he's like peering into the ditch, and that he is like, "Oh, dear Lord Jesus, please do not let me find this dead person," right? But they're not dead or whatever, whatever. So we pull up, and I said, "Oh," I said, "roll down the window, roll down the window. Oh, hey, they're more over to the right." And then we pull up a little bit, and guess what? They're gone. So then we backed up, and I said, "Oh, hey, they're gone. Don't worry about it."
So,
So he says, "Okay, well, have a nice day. Thanks, we will."
so I have so many questions.
Okay.
Number one, you never saw any body parts, so how do you know it was a person? Number two, How do you know the wind wasn't blowing the sheets and whatever?
No, 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 no. This no, mm-mm. This raised up. It was a person.
Did you see a person?
I saw the boots.
Did you see a person?
I mean, I saw something.
Okay. So it could have been anything.
Well, what was it going to be that was going to take all the textiles with them when it left and the human boots?
A dog.
It was a human. It was
It was a
not a dog.
could have been a dog.
No.
Well, I'm glad to know that if I was laying in a ditch, that your worrisome about me would take 3 laps around a parking lot, calling several people, and then just driving
Somebody,
off after not helping me. Like I would
you
appreciate
were
that.
gone. I would have helped.
After I could have been dying the other 3 times you walked by,
Well,
but
I listened.
you're
Noise.
you're like, hold on a second. Let me stop my true crime podcast. Let me call my friend who I work with to see what she thinks. Well, I think it's a body. Looks like a body. Could be a body. Could just be a pile of blankets with boots. Who knows? Oh, I saw movement. You know what I should do? Go tell the concierge at the hotel. All right, guess what? The concierge gets the cleaning guy. A, a lot could have happened to that person. A lot could have happened. And you were just like, I'm just going to keep doing my 75 hard and hope he disappears. And guess what? He disappeared. Or
Okay,
she.
well, no. May I interrupt? As I said, I listen to true crime a lot. And these are the things that sex trafficking abductions are made of, which is why I kept walking. And secondly, sometimes that's a trap. So what am I going to do? Go get in the ditch with them and then die too? No. I'm going to try to assess the situation from afar. I'm going to loop somebody in and get the person some help and
Yeah, but
call it a day.
how long was your 3 lap walk? Like
Well,
how
every
long?
lap took 7 minutes.
Yeah, so 21 minutes this person waited for help. 21 minutes this
Well,
person
actually,
probably
more than
probably
20.
longer than that too. Right. Yeah, so
It was actually a total of 45.
oh yeah. Please do me a favor. If you ever see my car on the side of a road or don't stop and help me. Just keep going. I'll wait for
I'm
somebody
good at
that's
that.
a good Samaritan. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I'm
I
just
am.
a 45-minute good Samaritan.
Listen, they moved, so I knew they were alive.
How do you
They
know the
weren't,
person didn't get hit by a car and was in the ditch?
well, I don't, but they moved, so they weren't dead.
Oh, this is such a poll. This is such a poll question. Like I'm sure as much as I'm right about 90% of the stuff we talk about, I'm sure I'm 100% right about this one.
What?
You should have at least like tried talking to them to see if they were okay, waking them up from afar,
Joe.
like the 27-year-old was at the top of the ditch. You could have ran. It's not far from the hotel. You could have ran inside the hotel if there was something going on. And honestly, if you kept walking and somebody was going to murder you or kidnap you, they would have came out of the ditch and followed you because you walked in a loop. A white van
No,
didn't pull up and offer you free Wi-Fi.
the
Oh,
ditch could
geez.
have been a decoy for the person hiding in the bushes.
That you couldn't have ran from.
Possibly not.
Well, you kept walking, so if they were going to follow you, you would have been like, you didn't go in the hotel after the first time you saw it. You're like, nope, got to complete my task for 21 minutes. Like,
Mhm.
oh boy, this is such a big. This is why, like, episode 11 just took 30 minutes to learn about you leaving somebody in a ditch for 45. Like, this is just mind blowing to me. So
I
yeah,
mean,
put a
listen,
poll up.
I had to protect myself, but I also
But you didn't protect
looked
yourself.
out
You
for.
kept walking.
I did. I
You
had
kept
my
doing
head
your
on a swivel,
exercise.
and I
That's
kept
not
exercising.
protecting yourself. If he pops out or she pops out of the ditch and starts following you, you're done.
No,
What do you mean no?
not necessarily.
Then going
If
down to
they
the
were
ditch,
if they were really injured, then I would have had a leg up.
right? But you wouldn't have never known. Jeez. All right, moving on. Holy crap.
Ah,
Jeez. Oh
yeah.
man. So funny story. After you went to your retreat, I had to go to retreat the following week, so we didn't tape that weekend.
Mhm.
Um, I was at Turning Stone. I didn't have to leave the casino to go outside and see if anybody was in a ditch, but I did win $45 in the slot machine. So that was my takeaway from the week,
Wow.
but a good conference. And then when I came home, we had a fun weekend. You got to be at the gala, even
Yes.
though even though you've told people that I wasn't going to let you come, you got to be there with Mike. I think the gala was a great time. Um, the
You know what? It comes out that no one who's affiliated with the Mental Health Association likes to dance except me.
that Well, I don't think that's the case. So we haven't really talked
Oh,
about it. No, we didn't really talk about it. But if you think about weddings, I DJ weddings, right? If there's a
this is
wedding on
not a wedding.
no, no, but it's a party. If you go to an event on a Friday night after working all day, and it's a
Yeah.
sit down dinner, and
Yep.
you're waiting and waiting, you get tired. Nobody wants to stick around and party. If it's a buffet dinner, and it's quick, then people will want to stay and dance. Unfortunately, it was a sit down dinner. It took a little bit of time. Then we had the comedians, which were awesome. I thought Megan and Dario and Jesse May did an excellent job. They were a lot of fun, a lot of
This is
laughter.
going to be shocking to you, but my husband had to explain to me um Megan's jokes a lot of times.
Yeah, that's
I
not
was like,
shocking.
I, I was like, what? And he's like, don't tell me that you do not under. Maybe I just missed it. Tell me what I didn't get it. Like the one about body counts. I was like, did she kill somebody? He's like, no, that's not what it means. I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Poop, gone.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
that's
everyone else, I do not judge it on me. I am not saying she wasn't funny. I just missed it. But that
yeah,
happens a lot.
yeah,
I
I
know it's
think yeah, overall it was a good event, and a couple of the mental health people danced, but I mean, some people came from another party and they were dancing the rest of the night after you left. So it was good. It was after you left, more people came. So it was fun. And then on Saturday, we had the celebrity basketball game, which was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
it was so
Um,
fun.
yeah, it was a great time. Looking forward to doing it next year.
Someone lost their phone.
And huh?
Someone
Oh
lost.
yeah. So I forgot about that. Yeah. So there was exactly 750 fans at this event, including my good partner Jen. And things happen at these events. People lose keys, people lose their wallets, people lose their phones. Now, usually when that happens, it gets brought to the place where the announcer is. And fortunately, I'm the announcer, so the phone got brought to me. But just like the body in the ditch, you'll never believe whose phone it was out of those 750 people. Oh, yes, you would. It's Jen's phone, who she left in the bathroom because we take our phone out of our pocket in the bathroom and set it down just in case. And
No, we take our. Here's why. Because girls carry their phone in their back pocket. And when you go in the bathroom, if you don't take your phone out of your back pocket, guess where it's going to end up?
on the
In the
floor,
in the toilet.
well, why don't you just leave your phone with the person you're with?
No. What if I get kidnapped?
My gosh.
Anyway.
So,
Anyway.
so yeah, so Jen lost her phone at the game. She got it back. It was returned by a champion. Luckily, nobody stole it. But we're doing the mental health basketball
Well,
game
wait.
next.
It gets better. Two things. One, did you even look at the did you even like tap the screen and look at the phone?
No,
Because you would have known whose phone it was.
right? Which would I wouldn't have had to make an announcement.
Exactly. Second, guess what? I never heard the announcement. I
Jeez.
never heard it. And I'm sitting there and I think I wanted to take a picture of Preston or something. And I like went to get my phone and I'm like, "Oh, I I can't find my phone. What did I do with my phone?" And then Mike's like, "They just made an announcement. Someone lost a phone in the bathroom." It was it was in the bathroom. I go, oh yeah, it was in the bathroom. And then I like get up to go in the bathroom, and they're like, no, it's not in the bathroom. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's where I left it. Because again, I did not hear the announcement. So they're like, no, Joe has your phone. I'm like, Joe has my phone. Yeah,
Wow.
he just announced it. So anyway, then I came
Wow.
over to get the phone.
Yeah, just wow.
I
Just
never
wow.
heard never heard it. Nope.
Just that's amazing to me. Amazing. So yes, we are going to do it next May for Mental Health Month. We're going to do another celebrity basketball game. We're currently in the process of planning a celebrity softball game for September for the American Cancer Society. So we're in
Exciting.
the process of doing that. So yeah, thank you to everybody that came out and supported it. It was a good time. Hopefully, double in the numbers next year. The athletes had a lot of fun. Preston had a lot of fun. The
Good.
volunteers that helped out, very appreciative of that. Pastor Matt did a great job reffing.
Good.
Probably could have called more fouls, but he was entertaining. Um,
You
but
know,
yeah, it
there's
was
like unwritten rules about what happens with the refs that call the first foul and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah. So they had a good time, and it was a good game. I mean, it was a 10-point game, so it was a good time, and we'll do it again next year. Um, So the next thing we talked about Mother's Day. So let's talk about last Tuesday. Uh, we took the same softball field together for the first
Yeah.
time since probably gym class in middle school. That's probably the last
Yeah,
time we were on a softball field together.
I
And it's the
know.
first time I've been on a softball field in over 20 years.
How come we didn't
So
take a picture? We should have taken a picture. That was stupid.
probably because we couldn't
Oh,
find your
because it was
phone.
raining.
Did you melt?
Yes.
No, you didn't. But it was fun. We ended up losing by 5. Um,
Listen, I don't know if you know this, but historically, I think in 3 years we've won like one game
Well, we
ever.
should have won. We should have
And
won that game. I'm a little
we
disappointed that
should,
we lost that game.
but I'm saying that was one of the closest games I've ever been a part of.
That's. I hope that's not how the rest of the season goes. That was. I mean,
We
first of
feel
all, it was a
bad,
foot. First of
but
all, it
it's
was a
so
football
fun.
score. 22-17 is a football score. That is not a softball game. I literally said to who was playing shortstop.
Forever.
I said to Trevor, I'm like, I feel like I'm playing football. I'm like, every inning they're scoring 5, we're scoring 5, they're scoring 5. I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is ridiculous. I've never seen so many runs scored in a softball game. And I've played a lot of softball in my days, but
Well, both teams had some hitters.
yeah, but we made a lot of errors and they made a lot of errors. It wasn't just hits.
It's softball. It's not professional. Geesh.
If I'm stepping on the field, it's professional. That's how we play it. Um,
Oh, then I expect to see you diving
yeah,
for the ball.
soon. I got to get accustomed to being back on the field. I played
Oh,
well at third base. I haven't played third base for plus 20 years. I wasn't a third baseman.
I
I
was
was a
an amazing
shortstop.
catcher.
Yeah, for half an inning.
Oh, I was
You
no.
were such a good catcher. You were helping the other team up. You're like, I'm being a good sport. I'm like, you got to get the ball. Like, you don't go get them. You got to go get the ball. You're like,
What?
I'm helping them. There was a play where you went to help the other team, and our pitcher had to go get the ball because you weren't available to get the ball.
She almost fell, Joe.
It don't matter. This ain't about being nice.
I was trying to redeem myself from the ditch.
So you were doing it at the church softball league because you felt it was safer there. There were a
Yes.
lot of trees around there. She could have been faking the fall to get the person to come out of the bush to come get you. 'Cause there was a lot of trees there. Um,
Mm.
no, hey, Preston played really well. You did something I didn't do that night, so that's cool.
Scored.
You did,
Hey.
you did. Um, yeah. So it was fun.
I am
I had a good
a
time.
professional walker. Take your base.
Well, you did strike out twice.
No, once.
Well, it felt
I
like
was only
twice.
up twice.
Well, it felt like twice.
It was once.
So
But I did swing the ball. I didn't strike out by
you
them
didn't
hitting
swing
it.
the ball, you swing the bat. So that's
I
probably
mean,
part of the problem.
That's what I meant. I swang at the ball. That's what I
She
meant.
did, yes, she definitely swung um, the
But
bat
I
at the
closed
ball.
my eyes.
Well, that's probably why you missed it.
I know.
But
Every time I try to keep my eyes open, and I'm like, hey,
but we return to the fields this Tuesday. It's supposed to be nice. Well, cold, but nice.
listen, if you're in town, come and support.
I saw it in
Are
the
we
church
playing
program
again?
today. Yeah, we're at the same field we were at last week, except I think it's field 1 or 3. Maybe it's 2 again.
Okay.
But I saw it in the program today. They have a QR code for our schedule, so you can scan and come check out the games.
I'll post the QR code on here.
Cheer us on. All right, what
It's
else we
so
got? It's
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
fun's a big word. What else we got before we head into questions for humans?
Um. Oh, 75 hard.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So here's the update. So as you recall, you have to have 2 workouts a day, one of which stay with me. Hello, right here.
I'm
I see
here.
you. You're not. So 2 workouts a day, one of which has to be outside, both duration of 45 minutes.
Or in your case, 45 minutes walking around a dead guy in the ditch
Yes,
and not helping him.
and they're not dead.
Right.
Um. Oh, if I would have had to do CPR, I bet I could have like counted that.
Correct? You blew the spot
Uh,
there.
I'm really just kidding about that. That's so terrible. Anyway, um, so you drink a gallon of water every day. You have no cheat meals, no alcohol. You stick to a diet. You read 10 pages of nonfiction, and you take a progress pic every day without fail
We're 75 days.
for 75 days.
And how are we doing?
So I failed at day 35. Well, actually, day 34.
Actually, you failed at
And,
day 2 to start.
well, no, when I really got to it, we already talked about that. It was a freaking 4 seasons in one day. I was like, forget this. All right. So, anyway, I failed on day 34, but I didn't realize I failed on day 34 until I got to day 35. And I got through everything. And I realized as I was labeling my progress pick that what made me fail, I forgot to take my damn picture. And that made me fail. And so I thought to myself, the stupidest little thing makes me fail. I do all the hard work, all the workouts, stick to the diet, do this, drink shit ton of water, and I forget to take a picture and I fail. But there is a lesson here because sometimes the smallest detail, when overlooked, is what can make you fail. And so that is my lesson in failing was that no, I can't just skip over and be like, oh, so what? I forgot a picture, but I did all the hard stuff because I failed. So now I have to start over. However, there are some benefits to the 35 days that I spent doing 75 hard. One, I've gone through 2.5 books, which were really great. And I love books and never ever have time to read them, but I dedicated that time and read those books. So that was good. Two, I lost 18 pounds.
Nice.
I know you were thinking, wow, you're looking svelte. That's why, because I lost 18 pounds. And I developed some really healthy habits. So I went back and forth on whether to start over again because, as you know, I have graduation in less than a month. And my thought was, oh, well, if I have my son's graduation party and then I drink alcohol, then I start over again. But then I thought to myself, well, alcohol really isn't a huge part of my life. I don't really care. I have fun with or without alcohol, which is why I was dancing by myself at the mental health gala without alcohol, because I can have fun without alcohol. So I think I will be restarting because I did like I did like the process, and I did like the, like, you know, the I don't know, I don't want to say rigidity, but like the structure, I guess, of it was really good for me. So that's that. That's lessons from 75 hard. Or in my case, 34.
34. Yeah. Well, at least you did it or tried.
Yeah. And the good news is I did lose like the pity weight that I had gained when I got rhabdo. So
That's good.
the poor me weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's that.
That was a lot of ketchup. That was a
No
lot.
mustard,
No mustard.
a little bit of relish.
If we're gonna relish in your pain, actually, probably the pain of the person that was in the ditch, we're gonna relish in.
Well,
Poor
they're in
guy.
Ohio.
Maybe they're not anymore.
Maybe not. Anyways, would you like a question?
Let's do it.
All right.
Finish strong.
I can't get the box open.
Hopefully, it's a good one. Glad to see we have the cards back in play for
Did you
these, since which in the other episode 11 we talked about where those cards were.
Oh, did we not? Did we not? Oh,
It's
that's
not in this
right.
episode 11
Nobody
because
knew
yeah.
where the
So
cards
just
were.
just real quick, I'm just gonna play it
Yeah,
out.
you
So
should cut.
yeah, it's let's just say that kind of similar to Jen's phone, the box of questions for humans were right behind the computer, um, where Jen just didn't look. So we blamed Ella, and she never took them. She wasn't practicing a podcast or anything like that. But Ella was the one to identify that her mom cannot see and said, "Oh, is that the box of cards that you're looking for right behind your computer where you had taped the podcast?" And yes, it was them. So once again, Jen didn't have her timer set to be able to find the cards, to be able to make sure that we knew where they were for our event. So now here we are. We have the cards back. Thank God.
I mean, sometimes things are just lost.
And the small lesson in that is, when you're
Look,
looking for something big, move things. If you've noticed throughout these 10 or 11 podcast episodes, Jen is always looking for something. Can't find the tools. Can't find my drapes. Can't find the thing to hang my thing. Can't find my phone. Can't find the dead body. Can find the dead body. So yeah, I mean, in case you're wondering, the small lesson is use your eyes, move things, look well, and you will eventually find what you're searching for. And that is that. It's like
that's a
a Hallmark message,
U2 song. Still haven't found what I'm looking for.
right? Yeah.
Swear it's my theme song. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't even mean that. That was good. Okay. Our question for humans. Are you ready,
I'm
Joseph?
ready. Ready, Jennifer?
What is something you are avoiding right now?
Ooh, that's a hot topic.
Head first.
What am I avoiding right now? Um, I'm
Be honest.
avoiding. I'm going to. I'm avoiding talking about dating on our podcast. That's what I'm
Thanks.
avoiding.
Yes.
And
It's
we
driving me
will
crazy.
we will talk to Melanie Morley. I have been in communication with her. We've had some glitches of getting her on for speed dating stuff. Her kids are finalizing sports. She's still very interested in coming on, talking about the speed dating, hearing Jen's idea, all that kind of stuff. But I've definitely been avoiding talking about dating and personal stuff. So in the future, we'll get there, but I'm still staying strong, avoiding. Yeah, so that's what I'm avoiding. Are you happy? I said it. And yeah, what are you avoiding?
Oh, so much. Right now, okay, here's my moment of vulnerability. You ready?
I'm ready.
Right now, I'm avoiding my gym.
Or
Well, at first, I thought I'm avoiding my gym because I'm frustrated that I am not where I was, and I'm like back at the bottom and I have to whatever. But then I realized because when you think about it, okay, well, that's really stupid to avoid it because how do you get to where you want to be? You go. So why would you avoid that? So I talked to my amazing therapist who's amazing. Did I mention she's amazing? Because she really is. And she doesn't tell you the answer. She just asks the right questions, right? And doesn't take I don't know for an answer. Anyway, and I realized that I'm lonely when I go there. And I'm lonely when I go there because, like, you know, my core group of people is still there, but like they're still on that same trajectory. And I'm like, you know what I mean?
hmm
So it's like that common bond of that same trajectory is like not there. But like that was a lot of digging to get into that. So anyway, I'm avoiding my gym. And my wonderful coach who's amazing and she's probably one of the best human beings that ever walked the face of the earth, Teresa, texted me today and was like, "Where are you? Why are you not here?" So, anyway, that's what I'm avoiding.
Fair enough. You know, the
Not
one
that I'm
thing we
avoiding exercise because remember, I just
you got
bought
a pink
myself that
doorbell.
new
Yeah,
barbell and I've got like an entire CrossFit gym in my garage. But guess what? Working out there by myself is happening, but that's lonely too.
correct. You'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
just
know,
don't like being lonely at all.
I, I
In
understand.
any, like, I like people. I need people. People
People
give me
feel you.
energy.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And being lonely is probably one of the worst feelings in the whole world. I don't like it.
Well, that's how I felt the last 7 weeks of not taping this podcast. I'm just saying. I just, I
Not
just
true.
say, I just sit here in front of my computer like, is she
You
ever
felt
coming
relief.
back? Is she ever coming back?
Give me a
I'm
break.
just
Every
lonely.
week, this is you. Every week. So don't tell me that you were like lamenting the podcast because what you were happy about was that you didn't have to be subjected to my crazy.
I'm not gonna confirm or deny that, but I will say that it's good to be back. I think we need to get it up and rolling again. People need to hear this nonsense. We have a lot of good people that we can have on as guests.
Yeah.
We've made a lot of really good connections, and I think it's good to share this. And this was a long episode about the last 4 or 5 weeks and what people have missed in our lives. There's one thing we didn't talk about. I'll save it for next week. It's an HR story that I called and shared with you. That is, it goes to the birds for sure. Um,
Oh, it's
and
so good.
it is, yeah, it's something that I will tease a little bit that I've never in my 20 plus year career experienced. Like in my life, I
I
just
actually went to a HR roundtable this week, and there was probably 25 HR professionals there. No one ever had that happen. I asked. It was
that's
a
so
first.
funny. That's funny. So we'll share that. Maybe next week we'll pop that out. But with
Oh,
that
we
being,
definitely will. No, no
yeah.
maybes.
With
No.
that being said, make sure to like, follow, subscribe on all our podcast platforms: iHeart, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and I'm missing one because
Well, don't forget, if you tune in on
Apple.
YouTube, you get the whole experience
Correct.
of
Yeah, you get
seeing
the whole
what
video.
everyone else has
Spotify
to
does that
share.
too. You know that? Spotify shows our video too.
Yeah, but
Um,
then it sends it out to everybody else and it only sends audio.
Oh, okay. So iTunes, iHeart, Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Checks out, like, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you next week for episode 12. Bye.
Bye.